People say I have a big mouth. I don't know where they get that.
It's not big, it's just loud.
It's just loud. Hey, it's called military command voice, right? Those of us that have been in the military. Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you for being here on Valentine's Day to 1 Million Cups El Paso. We actually have one of our presenters, Riviera Finance, brought some donuts, and then there's also cookies back there, so in honor of Valentine's Day. Who's here for the first time? Welcome. Welcome. We'd like to start off, and by the way, I have a little bit of a throat thing, so I've got a cough drop. That's why I'm talking a little funny. But we'd like to start off introducing our organizers. We have Ms. Cynthia Trejo, Serena Harper, Esther Lopez, Nicole Ramirez, Nancy Lowry likes to hide out in the back, and I'm Ernesto Gamboa. So again, welcome. Thank you for coming to 1 Million Cups. We'd like to start off, we're going to start off again by showing a short video on what is 1 Million Cups. Please let me know if you can hear it.
You can't hear it.
Let me know if you can hear it after it starts. We tried it a few minutes ago and it worked, of course. I love technology. Audiovisual is always fun. Yes? For now. We just went to the sandwich shop presentation. Okay, we're going to skip the 1 Million Cups video again. We've been trying to get it back online. What is 1 Million Cups? It was founded by the Kauffman Foundation for the purpose of entrepreneurial networking, showcasing, and education. You being here are part of over 140 communities in the U.S. that are doing this every Wednesday morning. That's the reason for the name, 1 Million Cups. Very soon, we will be able to say 1 million cups of coffee have been drank while we've discussed and talked about entrepreneurship. So I think that's really, really cool. We'd like to do a shout out to our sponsors. The delicious coffee you're enjoying is by 210 Coffee Roasters. They told me they now only have 2 retail locations. I guess they shut one down. But please do support them. The coffee that we're drinking today is their Mexico blend from Chiapas. They give us a different blend every time, so it's really cool. And then, of course, our venue sponsor is the Hub of Human Innovation, which is where you are. What is the Hub? We are a business and technology incubator. We're supported by the City of El Paso and other private donors for the purpose of educational development. We help companies or individuals that have new products, new technologies, new services come to market. So if you fit into that category, come and talk to us. Because we are supported by the city, we're very, very affordable. So again, if you have a new product, new business, new service that you're starting, please come talk to us, we can help. Parking note, if you parked in front of the building, please make sure that you've backed into it. The City of El Paso will come and leave you a Valentine's Day card today. If you're on the side closest to Durango, you only have an hour, so please do watch the clock. If you're on the side closest to the Paisano curve, you should be fine. Please do check in and follow both the Hub and 1 Million Cups on Twitter and Facebook. You can download the 1 Million Cups app, and then please do check in. Also on the app, you can provide feedback to our presenters, so that's a very cool feature. Let me see, am I forgetting anything else? I don't think so. And with that, we'll bring up our first presenter, the Sandwich Shop. To the right?
How are y'all doing this morning?
You have to like kind of aim it at the computer or the...
My name is Miguel Mora. I'm the owner of the Sandwich Shop. We are located on the corner of Montwood and Wedgwood. We serve soups, sandwiches, salads, desserts, soft drinks, and smoothies. We are on the corner of Montwood and Wedgwood. We cater to Deepwood High School students. We offer a cozy, welcoming environment with a friendly staff. We are fast casual. We offer free Wi-Fi, and we even have USB ports into our walls for charging on the go. We are your neighborhood sandwich shop. How did the sandwich shop come about? Let's see. I worked in restaurants all my life, and when I was younger, I would bounce from place to place. But I learned something at every job. I attended a few different universities, but I sadly dropped out with 1 class left to graduate. One of these days, I'll go back and finish up, maybe when I'm done with the restaurant. I was living and working in Reynosa when I realized that I needed a job, a better job, a career. I didn't want to work for anybody else, and I was pretty knowledgeable in my industry. I knew what I was doing. I knew I was capable of one day running my own place. So I worked hard and I did what I was supposed to do. And one day, opportunity arose. I found myself an angel investor. Right away I came back to El Paso and I began working on the idea. It was to develop the idea of the sandwich shop. I thought about doing a food truck and found lots of obstacles and new laws that would make it difficult to maintain that type of business. Luckily, there was a brand new shopping center right down the street from my parents' house, 5 minutes away from Eastwood High School and on the corner of two busy streets. That's exactly where the sandwich shop would go. I experimented with recipes, I traveled, I studied other chain restaurants, gathered ideas. Then I moved over into the legal aspect of it. I opened up a bank account, set up my accounts to the IRS, Texas Comptroller. I got my permits. I got a CPA, and then I went on to I hired an architect, a contractor. I bought my equipment. I went up and set up the restaurant, and then I trained my employees. Let's see. Some of the challenges I experienced were just sustaining the business. Once we got into the business, once we started the restaurant, I just had to sustain it. I had to make sure that the day-to-day activities were done properly. I had to make sure everything was stocked. I had to make sure we had cash on hand and of course the right help at all times. Dealing with staff was another challenge. I went through a few different people before I finally had the team that I wanted. I also had to monitor my expenses and make sure we weren't making any unnecessary purchases. I had to make sure my employees weren't milking the clock. We tend to do that a lot. My menu was one of the biggest challenges. I didn't know if people were going to like my recipes or not. That was really stressful. And even though I had done my research, I still wasn't sure if my prices were too high for the consumer. That's always a tough one. I also had to find the right hours of operation, and I had to figure out how to tell all of El Paso that we were here. Overcoming challenges. I got a lot of advice from my mentors. Elliot was my old boss. I can go to him for anything. I call him all the time. If I had any questions on my menu or food comps, I call him. Steve was my Cisco representative. Cisco supplies all our food products to the restaurant. He is a salesman. His job is to sell me products, but he has been there for me every step of the way. He offered, he offered some items I can carry on my menu that turned out to be pretty popular. He helped me build some of the recipes. And then my father, of course, he owns his own business. He's a very intelligent man, short of a genius, so I go to him for anything I ever need. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research on food costs, menus, things like that. I hired a marketing team to advertise for me. I have to be at the restaurant for 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, so I have no time to do any marketing of any kind. I hired a marketing team that does all that for me. They do a fantastic job. I also went to the Small Business Development Center at the El Paso Community College. They are state funded. I paid nothing out of my pocket, and they offer all sorts of advice. Let me see. I didn't take any shortcuts whatsoever. A lot of people take shortcuts when they're opening up a new business. They'll open up without getting all the permits that they need to operate. And when that happens, they get shut down. My neighbors, they opened up a shop. They opened up before they got any of the permits. Guess what? A month later, the city found out and they shut them down. They weren't very happy, but I knew something like that was going to happen, so we didn't take any shortcuts. The way I overcame some of my other challenges were working long days, making sure that everything was prepped for the following day. I spent all my time at the restaurant, just prepping, making sure we're stocked, making sure we have cash on hand. And let's see, where are we now? We've been open for about 7, 8 months or so. We've seen a steady increase in sales over the ever since we've been open. The last 2 months we've seen our sales have doubled. They've doubled since the beginning of January. We've increased our staff, we've extended our hours of operation. We have a lot of exposure through social media, through Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all of that good stuff. We have our regular customers now. I have people that come into my restaurant 3 days in a row. They'll come and try our chicken salad. They'll be here 4 days in a row. I have one gentleman that comes in 5 days in a row. He sits in the same spot, has the same sandwich every day. Let's see. For the most part, the restaurant has settled down. There's no more large expenses. Gosh, let me see. We will turn a profit within a year. A lot of businesses do not profit within the first year. We will. And the only thing that we're missing right now is our catering. We have a delivery through Uber Eats, but catering is the only thing that we're missing right now. So if y'all need any catering, let me know. We can do anywhere from 5 sandwiches to 500. We have catered for UTEP, Beefwood High School, and even the University of Kentucky softball team. Plans for the future, we will expand in the form of other locations, strategic locations, maybe along the west side, maybe next to UTEP. That's where I'd like to be at. I will probably keep ownership, and I will use the sandwich shop to leverage other business opportunities in the future. I'm not sure I want to be in the restaurant all my life, so. And I'd like to become financially independent and just the life I've always envisioned. I am working 14-hour days at the moment, 7 days a week, so I'd like to kind of get away from that and live the lifestyle I've always wanted within the next few years. Just take the vacations I wanted, just have my restaurants self-sustain themselves. But that is it.
Okay, questions, 15 minutes for questions.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
If you come to me afterwards, I have a catering opportunity.
Okay, sounds good. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
You said you're looking on the west side,
What's that?
over by Utah. Now, you know there's a crap load of restaurants.
I do.
So you can do your strategic planning as far as how you're going to overcome all of the restaurants.
So most of those restaurants, they all do very well. The sun rises for everybody. There's enough to go around, the way I see it. But I definitely don't want to be in the, I don't want to be between 4 or 5 other restaurants. I like my own spot, maybe off to the side. Maybe not even in a shopping center. I'd like to buy my own location and maybe have a drive-thru. But definitely in the west side, there seems to be a lot of money in the west side. Gosh, UTEP, it'd be perfect to have a restaurant right near UTEP.
I have a comment on that. When I was a grad student at UTEP and was basically living at UTEP for several years, my cohort and I, as many as there were, we got tired of them. We would literally just go down the street and then start again and go down. So yeah, for those UTEP students, a little bit more probably isn't going to be
Yeah,
bad.
most of those restaurants that have been there, they've been there for a while, so they're all doing pretty well. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
What was your biggest challenge starting up a business?
Oh man, my food cost. Making sure that I wasn't giving away my food for free. Making sure that my food cost was where it was supposed to be at. That a sandwich costs $6.49. 30% of that price is what it costs to make that sandwich. I had to make sure that that was exactly where it was supposed to be at. That was tough, and of course developing the menu, the recipes, trying to figure out if, man, are these people gonna like my spicy chicken? Are they gonna like my chef salad? Are they gonna like the soup that I'm getting shipped in? So yeah, those were really tough. And those, gosh, I spent long days at that restaurant just sampling to customers that would walk in that wanted samples. So that was tough.
You said you grew in your staff. How many in your staff total?
I think right now we have 5. It was just about 4 of us, and I added 2 more. And that's because I was working way too much. And I needed help during the lunch rush. In the lunch rush, we have about 3 people. There's 2 making sandwiches, and I'm running the register. But we needed that extra hand. Our lunch rushes consisting of a student rush, call-in orders, and then when the students come in, they line up. Then I got Uber orders. Then I got delivery orders. Then I have call-in orders. So it adds up. And so we did have to add a couple more helping hands for the lunch rush.
Now, what's your percentage of your labor? So that seems to be one of your biggest ones, is labor
Labor should
cost.
always be about closer, the lower the better, but about 30-35%, and that's where I'm at the moment.
So you're at 70, 30% for food costs,
Food costs.
30, 35, 35,
Yeah, so
70.
food costs and labor in a restaurant, depending on what type of restaurant, should be about 30-35%. So yeah, about 60 to 70. So it is pretty high. So your profit margin is not too high, but we depend on volume.
A couple of questions.
Okay.
As far as your marketing team, what efforts are they doing to promote your business?
Okay, great question. So my marketing team, we don't just pay Facebook and throw up an ad and then just open up the floodgates, which is what I personally used to do, and I thought that worked. My marketing team will they'll pay Facebook, they'll select a target market, and that target market will be Quiznos customers, Subway customers, Jason's Deli customers, and we'll go after everybody that likes sandwiches. And then, or we'll target just the East List students that day. Or we'll target people in the 79925 zip code. So depending on what we're doing or what kind of specials we have, we'll go after a certain target market. So they'll pay Facebook, let's say $150 for a post. They'll open up the floodgates up to that specific target market, to the 79925 zip code, which is where the sandwich shop is at. So then if you're in the 79925 zip code and you're increasing by the sandwich shop on Facebook, our post is going to come up. So we're grabbing your attention if you're in the area. So that's how we go after that specific group.
Is there an age-specific group that you're also targeting?
Anybody that can drive. 16 to about 60 years old or so.
So are you using any other handles that be Snapchat, Twitter?
Snapchat is my personal one, so that's more for like friends and anybody that I have on there. But my team goes after Facebook, they update our Google, and I think they do our Yelp as well.
How about Instagram?
Instagram, I take care of my Instagram. So every time we post on Facebook, they charge, if they do my Yelp, my Google, my Instagram, they charge another $200 for each one. So I take care of my Instagram. Every time we post on Facebook, I personally post on Instagram. Yes, sir.
You're like in a 1 to 2 mile radius of like a bunch of restaurants, including one staple that's like right next to you. How do you deal with that competition? I know it's something completely different, but I know that they're there and they get a bulk of that Eastwood High School crowd too. So you said that you're turning a profit this year, so how have you been able to manage that?
So I chose that location because there weren't too many restaurants. In that immediate location, within a half mile, there is a Domino's, a Diamond Shamrock, and a Papa's Burgers, and they all cater to the high school students. We do get some of the high school crowd. We will go after them on Facebook. We will target the Eastwood crowd. So right before lunch, when they're in class on their cell phone, which we all know, they're always on their phones. They're on Facebook. They're looking at all the pictures. They're texting me, placing orders through their phone. I also have a number on my iPad, so before they let out for lunch, they'll call me or they'll text me and they'll place their orders. And Papa's Burgers doesn't have that. Our food is fresh. It's freshly made. Diamond Shamrock doesn't have that. So that's why we capture some of that market. But yeah, there aren't too many restaurants in that immediate area, so we can catch a lot of the neighborhood too as well. Yes, sir.
You talked about expanding here to the west side. How do you intend to provide the capital?
Let's say that one more time.
How will you get the capital to expand?
To expand? I do have some money saved, but gosh, our plans were to start with 1, 2, or 3 sandwich shops at the beginning. So we do have money already ready to expand into another shop. We just want to get this one settled down, make sure that it's running well, make sure that there is a market for another one. And gosh, I get asked every single day, when are you going to put one next to my house? When are we going to have one in the west side, east side, horizon?
Northeast.
But yeah, northeast.
Nobody goes to Northeast.
Yeah. And so since the day we opened, we were just busier than expected. The last 2 months, our sales have doubled, and we're just increasing every single day. So, in my opinion, there is a need for another sandwich.
So, as far as your marketing team, have you seen any improvement? What is the rate of return as far as them providing the marketing to increase your revenue?
Okay, so have I seen an improvement since I hired a marketing team?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. I used to do my marketing by myself, and nobody really ever saw my posts on Facebook. When I hired this marketing team, I'd ask everybody that walked into the shop, hey, how did you hear about us? Oh, Facebook, I saw the Pokeball on Facebook, or Instagram, or on Yelp. And so I asked all my customers, how did you hear about us? And more, Facebook. Oh, we saw your post on Facebook, Instagram.
Would you mind if I ask who your marketing team is?
Leo Marketing.
Leo Marketing.
They've got an employee by the name of Annie Bettis, and she's a food blogger. So she came to me, she saw the sandwich shop, she came over to try it out, we started talking, she loved the food, and she offered her services, and I jumped on it.
Awesome.
Any other questions? Oh.
So with they connect to the high school, do you offer all those fancy coffees that all those kids like, or you don't know?
I don't. We have smoothies, we have slushies. They love the Nutella nuts. They love all the sweet stuff. I'm not gonna say that we're all healthy, because our paninis are loaded with cheese or loaded with sauce, you know, but for the most part, we are healthy. The students come for the unhealthy part of the sandwich. They'll come for all the sweet stuff, the Nutella melts, the PB&J's loaded with marshmallow. They do have a student special. It's $6, half a sandwich of any kind, a side and a drink, all for $6. Or you can do a full sandwich for $7.58. So we do cater to students a lot. They are our #1 customers. But yeah, they love all that sweet stuff.
I'm sorry, I have to clarify something just because it's personal. Cheese is healthy as long as it's not processed, okay? So cheese is healthy.
We don't use processed cheese.
I'm a big cheese guy, so that's it. Any other questions? Any other questions? I will not allow cheese to be slandered. Any other questions? Okay, the last question is always, what can we as a community do to help you?
The only thing I'm lacking right now is catering, and that's because I myself don't have the time to get out there and promote my restaurant as much as I should. But caterings, if you need caterings for 500, 1,000 people, let me know. I can make it happen for you guys.
Awesome, all right. Great. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you want to The whole purpose of the picture is the mug. How you want to see it. So that's the whole point. All right, thank you. Now we have some time for some community announcements. First, does anybody in the audience have a community announcements? Yes, Andy in the back.
I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm with the Beto Work Campaign.
Nice and loud, nice and loud.
I'm with the Beto Work Campaign, and we have, Beto's going to come to town on the 20th. We have a fundraiser at the Gusto Restaurant. If anyone's interested, come see me, and I'll send you out an invite. A lot of momentum associated with the campaign. Someone said to me today that Ted Cruz is like a bad pastor in a good church. And we feel like that's exactly what's going to happen. So anyone that's interested in supporting the campaign, come see me. Thank you.
Okay, yes. Cynthia.
I'm with Alpha, Association for Latino Professionals in America. We have an event coming up on February the 28th. I have tickets, and so does Isabel, she's our president. Our speaker is Emma Schwartz. She was just named El Paso of the Year. It's on February the 28th. It's an evening event. Tickets are $10. Please see me or Isabel afterwards. Thank you.
Okay. Any others? Any others? Going once? Going twice? Okay. The SBA, in conjunction with the SBDC, is doing an Employers' Rights and Expectations Employee Handbook Clinic. This will be this Friday, February 16th, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Next, the Hub is hosting our monthly series, evening series, Professional Style in the Workplace. That's Wednesday, February 28th, from 5 to 7 p.m. Workplace Style and the Fine Line of Managing Appearance as a Professional Woman. I'm going to be here. A makeover by Elise Simmons and tips on wardrobe to make this a fun way to get ideas on updating your professional image. Come at 5 p.m. for wine and chocolate. Wine and chocolate. And that's right here at the Hub. Next, the Hispanic Chamber is having their Dancing Backwards in High Heels business conference. That's March 8th, 2018. Also, the Hispanic Chamber is continuing their Hablemos del Dinero series, Managing Credit for Business Success. The next one, they're doing this every month. The next one for March is going to be Create a Marketing Plan. The next one after that is Develop a Financial Projection, and it continues on all the way until September. Next, the Hub and Kemp Smith are doing our legal office hours. This is something we do every month. The attorneys are, you have 25 minutes free consultation with an attorney by appointment only on the third Thursday of every month between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. But you do need to register ahead of time. Registration is now open for the March 15th and April 19th dates. Next, the Greater El Paso Chamber is doing their Women in Business Conference, Bigger, Better, and Bolder, March 23rd, 2018. The keynote speaker is Kate White. She's a New York Times bestselling author and former Cosmo editor-in-chief. That'll be at the El Paso Marriott. The Office of the Texas Governor, Economic Development and Tourism, they are having their export initiatives. Again, that's a great program. If you're exporting, thinking of exporting, want to grow your exports, please check that out. You can find them online. They also have a series of events. One that we just found out about is they will take you, if you have an aerospace-related product, they'll take you to London to the Farnborough Air Show, and you can be part of that. That's pretty cool. So we actually do have one client, a couple clients that we sent that to. Next, Texas PACE Authority. The Texas PACE program, which is Property Assessed Clean Energy. If you're interested in upgrading your commercial property with energy or water efficiency or distribution generating technologies, but lack the needed capital, the County of El Paso's Economic Development Office has ways to help. Please do sign up and follow the Downtown El Paso Insider for all the events that are happening here downtown. Breakfast with Friends, free business networking is every Thursday at the Carnitas Querétaro on the east side by the fountains. That's 8:30 a.m. every Thursday. And all of these events, again, can be found hopefully on Startup Digest, including the events that you guys have. So sign up, follow, get the newsletter, but also then you can submit your events to startupdigest.com/El Paso. And then we are also trying to collect success stories for 1 million cups. We're in our second year of 1 million cups. We've already had a few. I just heard Andy talk about a catering opportunity for one of our presenters. So all those kinds of success stories we'd like to hear about, please let me know and we'll just write it up real quick. Lastly, the Kaufman Foundation is doing a project on their attendance. So they've asked us to take a picture. Are we doing it now or at the end?
No.
We're going to take a picture. This is going to be sent to Kaufman. If you do not want to be in this picture, please step aside right now. But if not, Nancy's going to come up and take a picture.
And if you want to see anybody who's standing in the back, you can sit down. Yeah.
I think these pictures won't be published, they're using it to get a count. Cross-section across the country of how many people are attending 1 million.
Yes.
The one day that it was able to attend. This is my book.
Okay, hopefully this won't take me that long. I back up enough. I see that, and Ernesto?
Trying to improve the picture.
I know. Okay, guys. Thank you for your patience, just hang on. Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
I did this.
Okay, with that, we'll give away one of our mugs. You can always be putting in your business card here. We can kind of lean. We'll miss out on the mug. The Piensa Institute. Bruce, you already have one. Do you want another one? You already have one. Do you want another one?
It's okay, Bobby, take another one.
Joe Hernandez, the Empowerment Zone. Okay, if nobody else has any other announcements, we'll bring up our next presenter, Riviera Finance.
Hi, good morning. So some of you guys just came in. I did bring fat-free, gluten-free donuts.
Thermogenic, fat
First,
person.
I need a handful of Brussels sprouts. Delicious. And happy Valentine's Day, by the way. All right, so we'll talk briefly about who I am. Native El Pasoan. I did go to the Coast Guard for 10 years, and then I trained the INS how to do my job. So now they're ICE Marine, so I was out of my job after 10 years. So I decided to come back home. I went back to school. I got a degree in advertising. And then I went on to get my master's at WGU. So you guys are asking, okay, well, who's Riviera Finance? So these guys were our main hub, headquartered out of Redondo Beach, California, which I'll be there next week. I know it sucks to be here sometimes, but I'll make the most of it. We've serviced more than 1,400 clients. We do have 23 staff business development centers. That includes 2 in Canada. We do have 8 processing centers in the US and Canada. What I mean by processing center is that we can actually get our clients funded within the same day. If I have my paperwork by 10:30 in the morning, by 3 p.m., the funds are already in our clients' bank accounts. And of course, we are managing over 20,000 accounts per month. We do that because we're very transparent, and we've got a very good reputation. We don't take advantage of any of our clients. Actually, our clients are our biggest promoters. So that's what makes us successful. And of course, you're gonna say, okay, Robert, so what exactly is factoring? To make it, put it into layman's terms, basically we buy invoices. A very large client base we have are truck drivers. They come up to me and they say, Robert, I just got a new account with HEB. I'm charging them about 20 grand a month. What can you do? Well, I purchase an invoice, and then I give them 95% of the $20,000 up front. We go back, we get their 5%, and they pay within 30 days, and we give them another percent back to them. So it actually helps business owners not going to debt, especially when someone starts a new company, a new business. The biggest obstacle is, well, there's a lot of upfront costs. I need to go get a small business loan, and the next thing you know, you're paying anywhere between 50 to 25%, which sounds more like a market loan than a business opportunity. So what we do is we actually make it very easy for our clients to actually get their profits, and of course for a small fee. And that's how we've been successful. Our clients have been the ones that have been referring us. And we do invoice factoring, of course, accounts receivable, freight factory, oil and gas factory, business planning, payroll funding, and of course, small business funding. With that being said, we are all over the country. So with oil and gas, once a week, I usually go out to Odessa. Last week I was there. I drove 4 hours, met with my client, signed him up 20 minutes later, jumped in my car, and then drove back. So it's, right now when it comes to oil factory, it's not only truck drivers in oil factory, we help out any business that does provide a service, and that does get paid out 30 to 45 days.
There.
Okay, how does it work? Like I mentioned, we do accounts receivable for immediate cash. I have seen we are very fast whenever it comes to funding our clients. Last week, I submitted everything at 10 in the morning. By noon, their money was already in the bank. So that's something that we do. We do make it we keep our clients liquid. Whenever it comes to business owners, you did, especially the truck drivers, you need to put fuel in the truck, you need to pay your drivers, you need to put tires on the wheels. As long as the wheels are turning, you're making money. Like I mentioned before, the benefits, we're going to give businesses priority growth. Without getting them diluting their equity or debt. Business owners start businesses to become profitable, not to make banks profitable. So that's something that we do enjoy doing, especially with, like, right now I'm working with Mark Vogel. I'm actually really excited about his product, the jeans. I'm looking forward to it. It's a very big business opportunity. It's going to be neat to get him going.
Just had his first sale.
He
Just
did?
had his first sale. He's got his first invoice. So.
So we're going to be proud to be sponsoring Mark's clothing line. I think he's on a $1 million idea. So I hope when they do make his movie that they find somebody good looking to portray me. All right. Any questions? Yes, sir.
You guys do any inventory financing?
Yes.
You do inventory financing?
Yes.
What are the terms?
I can get with you afterwards.
Okay, great.
I'll give you a break.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about your lower and upper limits in terms of financing. How low will they go and how high?
We've done as low as 8,000 a month, depending on the client, because sometimes clients, they do need that opportunity to grow. And what happens, they start at 8, next thing they go to 20, and we can go as high as $1 million. It all depends on the opportunity and the terms. I mean, as long as it's there, we can actually fund it.
Do you pull credit or you just go based on the
the information you bring me?
That is a very good question. The only credit we do pull on our clients is to make sure there's no liens, because we want to be first whenever it comes to getting paid. And what we do is we actually pull credit on the clients, on the ones with the invoices. So a lot of times you do have these startup companies where the credit isn't very established, but as long as you're selling to a client that is very established, we can fund it as long as, you know, they're pretty solid. Yes, sir.
Are you also doing the collections on behalf of the client?
Yes, we do everything. We do the collections. We do, basically we do all the invoicing, the collections, we do it all. It saves the client time and money. You don't have to have somebody doing that for us because we actually take care of it. Yes, sir.
How big is the operation here in Placerville?
I'm proud to say I have grown my office to 5 people. When I got started, there was myself, Julio, and Bernice, and then our receptionist was Brenda, and then we hired another guy. He quit. Brenda became the assistant account executive, and then I just hired a receptionist. Well, Julio hired a receptionist beginning of January.
So are those like sales reps and then they get underwritten elsewhere, or?
No, actually, I'm the one that handles all the sales for now.
Okay.
The account executive handles the accounts, and then the assistants help him out, and of course the receptionist, she does answer the phone for me. But I do plan on growing the office a lot larger to mirror the Houston office. Houston has 32 employees. Yes, ma'am.
Do you provide, what kind of benefits do you provide to employees?
I'm sorry.
What kind of benefits do you provide to your employees?
Oh, to our employees, we've got a very aggressive 401k, health, benefits, dental, vision. And there is, we do have a lot of, Riviera's known for retaining their employees. There's a couple of people that have been there for 35 years. And it's a great company to work for, and pretty much nobody leaves because we take very good care of their employees.
So does each office use the same company, or do they diversify and use whichever?
Corporate benefits.
Yeah. It's corporate.
Where's the corporation located?
In Redondo Beach, California. I'll be there next week.
On the beach or?
It's right on the beach.
Robert, you said that twice, I think you just rubbed it in.
But I will have the privilege of being in Midland next couple of weeks as well.
More sand.
More sand, I love sand.
Any other questions?
Oily sand.
Any other questions? Going once, going twice? Okay, as always, the final question, what can we as a community do to help you?
Just let business owners know that there is an alternative versus getting into a high-end loan with high interest, that we can actually get them for much lower and quickly.
I did have a one-on-one on you, because we went lunch and everything. And during that conversation, I was able to get a banker that deals with trucking. So it's a really big bank, and I told him about you. He said, be interested to meet with you. So you'd be able to get some business from him. He does do a lot of trucking.
Awesome.
So that'll be through networking.
Absolutely.
It helps.
Appreciate it.
Okay, awesome, thank you. And a picture, please. All right. Okay, so that was 1 million cups for today. We still have a lot of sweets in the back. Please do sign in. If you did not sign in on the way here, please do so. It's very important that we report back to our supporters in Kaufman that we're having an impact on the community. Please sign up to present. Tell your friends and family that they need to come visit and present. And we'll see you all next week. Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.